DBSCG things.
What is up, you guys? My name is Taxon and welcome back to Yuhp. What is up, you guys? My name is Taxon and welcome back to Yuhp DBSCG things. And today I have another exciting deck profile for you. It will be King mechikabura. So basically, I do have a battle for this already. It is in the description below if you want to check it out. If you guys are new here, I do recommend hit that subscribe button. It will help me out a lot. Hit that notification bell so you are notified every single time I upload. And go ahead, if you feel free, go down there in that comment section, drop me a comment. I do love interacting with my fans there and all of my subscribers. With that being said, guys, I'm going to go ahead and turn this camera around and show you the profile. Alright, you guys, so here we are. I got the leader for you. I'll go ahead and read them off for you. He has a permanent. You can only include up to 7 Dark Dragon Balls into your deck, which normally isn't a problem. He searches them out, gets it done for you, awakens. Auto when he attacks, you get to look through your life and your deck. So you get to look through both areas and grab 2 Dragon Balls. And then when you have 7 in your drop area, you get to draw 1, stand in energy, move the battle card from your opponent's drop to their warp, flip them over. So on his backside, he attacks when he draws. And then the part that makes this leader just absolutely busted is the Activate main. The Activate main says if all your energy is black and you choose 1 card from your hand and place it at the bottom of your deck, you may choose one. You get to choose a 4 cost or less, negate its skills, gain control of it, and switch it to active. Or you can remove your 7 Dragon Balls from the drop area and give this card triple attack for the turn, making him basically draw 3 cards and 3 15k attacks. Very amazing. So let's get into the deck for you guys. We're going to go over the Dragon Ball package. You won 4 of the promo 1-drops. Basically, you get to, when you have this guy, you can discard it for free, choose either another Dark Dragon Ball or a Demon Realm Race or a Demon God, and then draw 2 cards. So you got 4 of those. 3 of the other one. Basically, you're just going to end up discarding this with this all the time. But anyways, it has a permanent. You can only add 7 copies of this to your deck. Permanent, this card gains Dark Dragon Ball in all areas. And then Activate main, you can discard it from your hand. Your opponent chooses one of their 1-drops in their field and sends it to the warp. Active battle, choose a card, and it gets +5. So it can give you +5 if you really need it, but most of the time you're just going to discard it with the 1-drop one and draw 2. So getting into the unison, guys, rerun this Toa. We did use the dragon for a little while. The dragon just didn't. It seemed lackluster. This card, it ramps up markers fairly easily because your leader's taking over cards. It gets markers when it attacks cards and kills them. If you discard this, get rid of a 1-drop, this will get a marker. So basically, anytime you get rid of a card, this gets markers. It can attack when it has 3 markers on it. So basically, if you have 2 or less, it can't attack. ±0. Choose a card in your hand, discard it. Choose one of your opponent's battle cards with 3 or less, send it to the warp. So that Activate main will proc the auto if you need to get a marker. But most of the time you're just going to use your leader's effect to get the marker. And then it's -4. Just choose 1 card, or choose one of your opponent's battle cards and gain control of it. So, just going with the theme of the deck, taking and controlling cards. And also it's a 20k, so not many people are going to waste attacks into it. Normally stays there until you get that -4 off. Super combo choice, because Sparking 5 is very easy to get because you get 7 Dragon Balls by turn 2 most of the time. Toa, searchable, smart choice. Going into the next one, or going into the next cards, I should say, we're going to get into the Negate Package. The extra card Negate Package. 2 Petrification. Basically, you get to choose a card, ignoring barrier. It can't attack, can't activate skills, can't be comboed out of battle area until the end of your next turn. Very good card. Darkness Judgment. Basically, this guy is just a 1-drop negate, or it's an activate battle. Choose one of your opponent. If it's your opponent's turn, choose one of your cards. It gets +5 for the turn. So decent, a little black bean kind of. Also a negate. Getting into a couple of the battle card negates. Run 3 copies of the Supreme Kai of Time. Card's very good. You negate, it comes out, and it's going to warp a card from your opponent's field. And then what that does is at the end of the turn, it'll come back, have no skills on play, and then during their next turn, it'll get their keyword skills and whatever back. I know it doesn't remove it permanently, but being able to remove Not just stop one attack, but remove a battle card for a turn and stop that attack as well. Very good for 1 energy. We run 3 of the poutines. Basically Topo for Meki. For a Meki player, I do like to argue that this is better than Topo. Only because it warps them from hand instead of discard. If you discard in this game, there's a lot of cards that can be played from being discarded from hand. There's cards that you can use their effects when they're in the drop area. There's cards that have benefits like sparking when you have a drop area. There's cards like Overwhelm. So basically when you're discarding with Topo, it can be helping other things. This isn't going to help at all. Very good card. Bottom deck 1, make them discard or warp 2 every single time they attack. Next card is 2 of this Deborah. He's a counterplay. Basically, whenever your opponent plays a card, you tap 2, play him. During your opponent's turn, when you play this card, choose up to 1 of their battle cards and it can't attack or activate skills for the duration of the turn. So basically, this is a counterplay version of Petrification. It's a very good card, and also it's a Demon Realm Race. So when you want to use Dark Empire Strikes Back, if you don't have a ball to discard, you can discard this, or basically any of the other cards in the deck. So getting into a couple of the battle card attackers and things that are also going to help you get more Dragon Balls out. 4 of the Salsa. Salsa is very good. When this card is played, your opponent chooses a card in their hand, sends it to the warp, and then they draw a card. When he attacks, you choose a battle card. Your opponent chooses a battle card in their drop area, sends it to the warp, and then you draw a card. That is not a payment. That is not a requirement. You draw a card no matter what when you swing with them. Very good card. Activate main for 1 energy. This is how you get them out. You pay 1 if you have 2 or more Dark Dragon Balls in your drop area. He comes out and then grabs 2 more from your deck and then put them into the drop area. Very good card. He does what he needs to do. And then we run 4 the Toa. The Toa gets rid of a battle card and then also does the same thing that Shroom does. Makes you warp a card from hand, draw a card. And then she comes out for 1 energy if you have 2 or more. Grabs 2 more from the deck. Very good card. We don't run the Shroom. That's a card that we're considering trying to find room for. I figured 4 and 4 is good. We're basically going to use this as removal more often than anything, and then this is draw. And basically, these guys are just going to be helping us awaken on turn 2. 2 of the little 1-drop Dark Mask King. Card's pretty decent, helps with board control. He comes out, he gets his little boost from his permanent. His permanent says if your opponent has 2 or more energy and you have 1 or more battle and they have 1 or more battle card in their warp, this card gets +6 for the turn and can attack your opponent's battle cards inactive. So if your opponent has like a little one drop weenie, anything 10k, or even if you want to swing at a unison, just knock an extra marker. He attacks for 1 extra. And then he has an activate main for 1 energy. If your opponent has 5 or more cards in their warp, you can choose 1 Black King Vegeta Zeno card with energy cost of 6 from your deck or hand and play on top of this card in active mode. And then you shuffle your deck if you look through it. So the target for that is 2 of this King Vegeta. I'm sure you guys have seen him. He's a unique double strike barrier. When this card is played, your opponent, you choose 1 card in your opponent's hand and 1 card in their battle area and send it to the warp. And then he has an auto once per turn. When he's in rest mode, if your opponent swings at a leader, they have to warp a card from hand. So very, very good. And then he has an activate main. If your opponent has 3 or more cards in their warp, you can pay 2 and play him from your hand. So if you have him in hand, you're probably just going to pay 2 to play him. But if he's in your deck and you can't find him, and you have this in hand, this is another easy way to just pay 2 and play him. So there's your little King Vegeta package for that. Getting into more of the attackers of the deck, guys. These are where the boss monsters are kind of coming in. We have the big 8-drop mechikabura. So basically, it has deflect, double strike. If your opponent has 4 or more cards in their warp, when this card is played, you choose all of your opponent's battle cards, send them to the warp, not including barrier, and then you choose 2 battle cards in their warp with energy costs of 7 or less, different names, negate their skills for the game, and then you play them in your battle area. And then after that, you can't play non-black battle cards for the duration of the turn. So he's a very, very powerful card. Comes out 30k, double strike, brings 2 other battle cards from your opponent's warp to attack 2. And then he has an activate main for 4 energy. If your leader card is a mechikabura only card, you can play this card from your hand. So instead of paying 8, you just pay 4, play him. Very, very good card. Getting into more, we have 1 copy of this 6-drop Dark Mask King, Devilish Dominator. He's a deflect triple strike. Auto once per turn. When this card attacks, send 2 of your opponent's battle cards from their drop area to their warp. If your opponent has 10 or more in their warp, switch this card to active mode. Another auto once per turn. When your opponent activates a counter skill during a battle with this card, you send 1 card from your opponent's life to their warp. Very, very good. And then he also has an activate main for 4 energy. If your leader card is black and your opponent has 3 or more cards in their warp, you can play this card from your hand. So very, very good. If you're for 4 energy, you can play him if your opponent has 3 or more, which is very easy to get with this deck. So 1 copy of him. And then we have we have 1 copy of this Shinron. Card's very good. He has a Sparking 7, very easy to get, because once you get your 7 into your drop area, he gets that. So he gets Sparking 7. When you play this card, you draw 2. So very, very good. And then he has not an activate main. I'm stupid. It's an auto on play, draw 2, and then you get to choose one of these effects. So basically, when you choose one of these effects, you're just going to want to choose the choose your leader card or battle card, and gives it +10 and triple strike for the turn. Because if you get to turn 5 and you haven't used your leader's triple attack option yet, you use this card for Sparking 7, pay him out for 5. What you do is you give your leader +15 triple attack, draw 2, and then you remove your 7, give him triple attack. So now he's triple strike, triple attack, and then you draw 3 more from every once per swing. So with this card, you're going to pick up 5 cards from hand with the combo. So a very, very good card. It's very late game and it's very situational. This could be just like a sideboard card. It might end up coming out completely. We don't know yet. This is just a team build and effort, just trying to like really see what works with the deck. So card's good. We've definitely got it to go off and it does its thing. But if you're not going to get there, or if you get topoed, it really, really hurts. So 1 off. Getting on to more of the cards of the deck. You run 2 of this Boo. It's kind of odd to have in the deck, but the deck does kind of lack in draw power if you're struggling getting your Shroom into field, or if you're even struggling, getting to use your triple attack, because once you use that triple attack, you get your 3 cards, and that's kind of basically going to be your draw power for the game. This guy allows you to pay 1, and then at the end of your turn, pay 1, move him from drop to warp, and then at the end of your turn, you discard a card and draw 2. So very, very good. If you do this early on in game, like let's say you swing with your leader, get 2 to your drop area, and then combo this, you can pay 1 on your very first turn to go ahead and ditch another ball. Like let's say you had 3 balls or some random. It's random. It's kind of just one of those tech choices that you're gonna have to figure out what works best with it. It's good though. It definitely does what it needs to do. Anyways, guys, moving on to a little bit of our. This is where the deck becomes not black anymore. Our green package. 2 of the Ginyu Body Snatcher. Card's amazing. This card gets double strike and then permanent -10 during your opponent's turn. He has an activate main. Choose one of the battle cards that you've gained control over, place it into the owner's drop area, and play this card from your hand. So basically, you use your leader's effect, steal away your opponent's 4 drops or less, swing with it, pop it, play this, double striker, 20k. Very, very good. And it's free. So the auto is if your leader's green, so that never happens. It's just a 20k double strike beater for free. Very, very good card. Sorry about the glare, guys. Not much I can do about that. So moving into the next little bit of green. Godstrike Beerus. This is an old card that had a lot of show back in the day. It did very, very good things. It was seen a lot in like Geneva Mill and other things. Basically what this card does is you pay 2 when you combo with it, and when you combo with it, it has an auto. You get to choose one of your opponent's cards, keyword skills, and negate it for the turn. So basically this is a little too well spice. You're just going to want to pay 2 in the middle of a combo. Get rid of barrier on a 4 cost or less in order for your leader to take control of it. So basically this is just going to help this deck with barrier removal and also give you their barrier card. So there's 2 God Strikes. This is iffy. This might come out or be dropped to a 1 of, maybe even side decked. We have got it to work. It does do things. It's very, very good. It gets rid of barrier cards. Or even like late game, someone's sending a triple strike, someone's sending something big, you just go ahead and pop this, get rid of it, take 1 damage. So moving on to the next color, we have red. Run. I don't know why I can't talk, guys. I'm sorry. We run 1 Hidden Power East Supreme Kai. When you combo with it, it's a 1 plus 10k. Choose the attacking card. It gets double strike. Very, very good card. Helps close out games and do other things like that, or just add extra pressure. The Crit Boy. It's basically the same thing, but it's 5k combo. You pay 1, 5k combo, give a card crit. This card's very, very good. What people don't expect is for someone to be swinging with a free double strike and then just pay 1 to put crit on it, or for someone to be swinging with a big old boss monsters, and or just swing with your leader that has, triple attack for the turn. And this gives crit for the battle, but come on now. A random crit in the middle of those 3 attacks. It's a crit. It's very good. Just another testing option that we've been doing. Very, very spicy tech choice, especially a tag along with the Vegeta. Any double strike, anything that's going to just really, really threaten your opponent, you want to slap this down on it, and it does the work. It does become clunky in hand, but it's also, it it does its thing. Not much else to say about that, guys. We're on to the last card, and that's going to be our secret rare of choice, Majin Buu, Incarnation of Demonic Evil. Basically, if your leader card is a Black Demon Realm race, and you are activating this card's counter skill, you can reduce it by 7, so it's a 3 cost. And then when you play it out, it negates the counter attack, and then you play this card. So it's a 40k double strike that. So let's say you're swinging. It's hard to explain this, guys. You guys have seen this card. I know you know what it does, but I want to give you an idea of what it does for this deck. So let's say you give your leader the triple attack and you swing, and someone's gonna hit you with a Poutine, a Topo, something that's gonna floodgate you, right? You just say counter, counter, and now I got 2 more attacks here. The attack goes through. I still draw, and now I got a 40k double strike on field. Card's very good. It does what it needs to do, and that's basically it for the profile, guys. This is a deck that I've only piloted once. This is a deck that my teammates have been playing with more than I have, so I'm sorry if I gave you kind of like a rough rundown of the deck. Either way, guys, this is what the deck is. This is the team build for it right now. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did, go down there, hit that subscribe, hit that bell so that you are notified every single time that I upload. And also do so if you're new here. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. I know that if you're looking for content, I have it. I bring it to you guys. Stay tuned. I'll have a Mechikabura versus Son Gohan battle next. With that being said, guys, I hope you enjoyed this, and like, comment, subscribe. See you in my next video. Deuces.